to Alabama State University.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, at ASU. Okay.
That's you. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay. So did you live on campus?
I lived on campus for about 1 year.
Oh, 1 year. What
Yeah.
what made you decide to make the switch? What made you make the switch?
Um, I don't know. I just wanted my own space. During that time, Hurricane Katrina had hit in New Orleans, and my family had moved to
Mhm.
Alabama, where I was located. And so that was really the main reason, just having more space. That's it. Really, I enjoyed it. I think everyone that go to college is a good experience. Some people like to stay the whole time. For me, 1 year was enough. And I enjoyed my roommate, and that was it.
Mhm. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, duly noted. Now, at that time in college, did you find yourself having a bit more freedom to explore not just the aspects of academics alone, but just exploring more of your social life? Did you get into dating at that time? Like, did that help you be more free to explore more things during your college career?
My freshman year, I was able, it was a different city, but you got to remember, I come from a larger city, which is New Orleans, and then Alabama State is like in the country, not really the
Yes,
country because
it
it's
is.
a city now. They're up. They definitely. I just recently left homecoming, and I'm like, oh my god, this is not the city that I went to college in. So I guess for me, coming from a large city, and coming to Alabama, it just wasn't like, oh my God, this is a good place to be at. It just wasn't like that. I
Oh,
just really, I went to school. I didn't do any sports in college because I messed up my knee. And then
okay.
I just was very ambitious to get into school and get out. I was always very book smart, but I never wanted to go to college. I just went for my grandparents. So I was
Oh.
like, let me go in here, get my work done, give them this degree, and I can move on with my life. And that was pretty much it.
Oh, wow. Okay. A lot of people have that same experience as far as going to college to please their families. Were you the first person to graduate from college? That's what it is? Were you the first person in your family?
Absolutely. Hmm.
Yeah, that's what that exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So now let me ask you this. Did you ever at some point feel any type of resentment towards, your grandparents for, having that? Okay.
Well,
You know,
because they sacrificed so much for me, it was like it's 4 years. Just get in, get out, don't hang around. Some people go to school, they're in there 4, 5, 6, 7 years. That wasn't me. I was
right, yeah. Right. What
so
did you study?
I don't have any regrets. And I met so many people at in college. It was an amazing experience, I haven't, meeting college friends that I'm still friends with till this date.
Nice,
Oh, wow.
nice.
Mhm.
Um, what was your um, what was your major? What did your degree is in what?
Public relations, radio, TV broadcasting as well. Hmm.
Now, where did you want to go with that? Because I know you also a media personality as well, correct?
So at first, then I was like, I want to go ahead on and do radio. So, like, I did radio. I would like do like the traffic reports and things like that. That's what I did because I always had a different type of voice. When people hear my voice, they kind of know it was me. So that's that was kind of like, okay, I may want to do radio. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, so now is that something you want? That's your desire to do? Is like be in the media circuit? Like, what is it? Okay, let me ask you this. Like, during the time that you went to school, you have your degree in public relations.
Mhm.
What was your ultimate goal with that? Like, where did you want to go with that?
So, it's crazy. When people grow up, you have like this vision of what you want to be when you grow up.
Right.
Unfortunately, I never had that vision. My vision was I want to be successful and I want to make money and I want it to be, I want to
Yes.
have a successful career and I want to do things the right way. Whatever that is,
Yeah.
I'm open to it. So like I said, I did like radio. I didn't like getting up early in the morning. So then I was like, maybe I'll be good at writing, maybe doing articles and stuff like that. So that was actually one of my first jobs right out of college, writing. And
Oh, okay. Writing for who? Writing for what? Right? Writing for who?
like articles for magazines and for artists, like doing their bios and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I wound up getting an internship my senior year. for Slip and Slide Records. And
Mhm.
I worked with them my senior year and then a little bit right out of school. And so that's what I did. I was like a publicist. I would do like, do people's bios, articles, reply back to like
Mhm.
news that may be out, things of that sort. Hmm.
Okay, so now, because I'm because we're definitely gonna get more into your shoutique, but I just want to know like what other jobs did you have as well? Because you said you had the slip aside writing job. Like what other jobs did you have as far as your field?
So after I got out of college, I moved to Miami literally the next week. Um,
Wow.
Yeah, so I moved the next week. Like I graduated, let's say a Saturday, Friday, I was in Miami looking for work. so
Mm-mm.
so yeah, so I went straight to Flip and Fly Records because I had interned with them. Like I said, did a little work with them, and then I got into like marketing for different companies, like different businesses, and I did that for like a couple months. But I was like, you know what, this I don't know if I want to do this because I wasn't making enough money. Everybody knows Miami's like a big city and it's costly to live there. And when I was in college, I was like a servant, a bartender, so I was used to making really good money. And I'm like,
Right.
I graduated college and they want to give me this little bit of money. This doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, but you know what? How it is though, Queen A, when it comes to like when you fresh out of college, they're going to use that to their advantage. You know how that goes. Like, oh
Exactly.
yeah,
Well,
oh, fresh meat. Oh, okay, that's cheap labor for you right there. Okay, there we go.
yeah. And so I learned that quickly that wasn't going to be for me. I'm like, no, absolutely not. So after about 3 to 4 months, I realized it wasn't gonna work for me. And then I'll never forget, I was in Starbucks on Miami, near South Beach, and they had an older guy, and he said, "You look tired." I said, "Sir, I am." He says, "You know what? Go to school, get your health insurance license, and you will
Mm,
never work hard another day in your life." And little
really?
did I know that I would be in that industry for 10 years before I branched off to the shoe industry.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know about. Okay, so it just, all it took was a man that you randomly met at Starbucks
Mhm.
advised you to do go into the health insurance.
Correct.
So well, okay, so how long did it take for you to get your licensure in that?
The man told me this. I went online to Google. I remember I found like a company I went in to do an interview for like 2 days later. It was my birthday. And the guy's like, "Have you ever did it?" I'm like, "I've never got I don't have my insurance license. I've never sold anything, but it's my birthday and I need this job." And he says, "Well, come in and I'll pay for you to get your license." It was maybe like a company of like 20 people and it was
Wow.
right on the spot. And that was it. And I never turned back. I quit my corporate job, left my
Oh,
401k, went to sales, and I never turned back for a decade.
wow. That is amazing because I mean that's the thing I tell you that is like, destined. I mean, what are your beliefs? By the way, let me ask you that. What are your beliefs? I want to make sure I respect that.
I'm Christian.
Okay. Now I want to make sure okay. I just want to make sure I establish that first. Because I was saying that is, uh, anointed by God. That's what I want to say. So that's what I want to,
That was
yeah.
because it changed my life, definitely.
Yeah, it absolutely did. So let me ask you, because not everyone is cut out to do sales because there's this commission, is it mostly commission based, right? When you do insurance?
Absolutely. And you would think that I was scared. I was living in Miami. I had no family, no friends. I remember I think I had 1 month's rent in my savings account. And when I left home from New Orleans, my grandparents was like, "If you have to come back home, come back, but don't come back here." And so I was just like, "I gotta make it. I gotta figure it out." And I just leaped out on faith, and I did extremely well, like from day one.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So let
Um,
me ask you this, because this is
mhm,
like I said, now this is fascinating me now. So
mhm,
now, so when you get into that field, so
mhm.
how long did it take for you to profit from it? Because like I said, when you get into that type of field, it's never easy in the beginning. It's not just just like that. You build a clientele, you build financial wealth, like financial security. It doesn't happen overnight. So can you just give the audience like some bullet points of how you yourself was able to kind of build that, kind of build a career in that.
I hate to say it didn't happen overnight, but it did happen overnight. By my second year, I believe I was 23. I had already started hitting six figures at that point.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe I
Oh,
was 23, 24. It was my second year selling on the phones. And it was that was it. Yeah.
so what was your approach? Because everyone have their own pitch, their own approach to
Mhm.
successfully selling insurance. What is your approach? Like how what advice would you give and what is your approach towards getting that person to commit?
I haven't sold insurance in years because obviously it's an industry you get in and you get out.
Mm,
Because sales can be a bet. I would say you just have to be personable. People have to like you. They have to trust you. They have to feel you don't just want their money. But you're doing what's best for them. That's my advice. If you can make someone feel that you are there for them and helping them make the best decision, you will be fine. You will be able to sell. My quote now, you will be able to sell snow boots in the summer.
mhm, mm. Yeah, because like I said, some people have it, some people don't. So that's why I want to kind of get your take on your approach and how you were able to succeed in that. Because like I said, that market, when it comes to insurance, it's very competitive. Because because customers going to wonder like, why should we, commit to your company? Like, why should what makes you so, what makes you stand out, among all the other competitors? What makes you stand out among the competitors?
Yeah, when I was in the industry then in sales, it was nowhere near like it is now. A lot of laws have changed and things like that. So then, it was very profitable. Obviously, the industry has drastically changed, which is like I said, I gave it a good 9 year run. I've been out of the industry for, like out of sales for some time. And so, yeah, that's it. Mm.
Yeah, so, do you, even though I know you've been out of the, field for some time now, but do you still keep yourself abreast to what is current, when it comes to that field?
Absolutely. Anything
Yeah.
related to insurance, like I deal with where people call me all the time. I deal with it daily with people calling and asking me questions. Just anything that they may, want reassurance about all the time. So yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Absolutely.
Alright, so once you said you delved into the insurance field for 10 years, and so, what did you do after that point? Like, after that point, what did you, get into? You made all your money,
Uh,
and let me ask you this because I know you, let me go back real quick because you said that, at the time that you started out,
mhm.
you said you barely had, the first month's rent and, it was kinda rough for you. So once
Why do I don't have to go back home? That was my only prayer.
you
Please.
right. Yeah, so now, I'm curious about this because what do you recall when you first started, getting,
Mhm,
profit from the
mhm,
insurance?
mhm.
What's the first thing you bought? Like, what did you
Well,
start
I'm
doing?
just transparent. I learned early on, but it did take me a few years. Obviously, when I first got my first year or two, I was buying the Rolexes, I was buying the Christian Louboutins, the Giuseppe's, I was at Bell Harbor. Every week, that was the thing. For like the
Yeah.
first couple years. And then when I realized, I'm not going to be able to do this forever, I immediately started to get into investing and things
Yes.
like that. I was
Yes.
very early. It didn't take me past, maybe 3 years, 2, 3 years. A lot of people, it take them a lot longer. But for me, after about 2 to 3 years, I was like, I have all the shoes, the bags, all that. Okay, now what's next?
Right. Yeah, because you got to the point, it's like, okay, now I gotta really start doing some important things here because this ain't gonna last forever. You can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you gotta, okay, so you have to make some wise choices. All right. So I'm glad you did that.